The importance of dance in development. With a particular focus on 3 of the 8 studio habits of mind. There are 8 studio habits of mind in total: reflect, engage and persist, observe, understand arts communities, envision, and the 3 I will be focusing on today: develop, craft, express, and stretch and explore. The studio habits of mind were identified only 10 years ago by Harvard's Project Zero. At first, they were mainly analyzed in visual art settings, yet dance educators have begun utilizing them when structuring the curriculum of their dance programs. For example, Boston Ballet's City Dance program, an introduction to dance for inner-city third graders, now incorporates the 8 studio habits of mind into their program philosophy. In my research involving many local studios, dancers, and dance educators, I observed all 8 of the studio habits of mind. Yet the ones I saw utilized most regularly, and the ones I will be focusing on today, are once again develop, craft, express, and stretch and explore. First studio habit of mind is develop craft, learning to use tools, materials, and techniques to develop dance expertise. A dancer's primary tool is the body. The materials include steps, positions, music, costumes, props, light, and stage space. The techniques dancers use to develop craft are instruction, demonstration, practice, and performance. Regarding developing craft by learning to use tools, Paula Terenzi of the Paula Terenzi Dance Complex teaches her students to listen to the signals their main tool, the body, sends them.
Because I try to say to them about the good pain and bad pain, like a bad pain would be as if they've really twisted their ankle and they hurt themselves. Because they have to also push through stretching and learning what stretching is, and that there's a pain for stretching, but that's the good pain.
Dance educators emphasize the necessity of a stretching regimen to enhance and maintain a dancer's main tool, the body.
You're gonna hold for 16 pounds. Reach for those toes. You just try. I couldn't do this until I was 14, but I practiced every day.
Regarding developing craft by use of materials, the children of City Dance, a Boston Ballet Academy program for inner-city third graders, are exposed to point shoes for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, let me show you a comparison. So you guys have your regular ballet shoes that are kind of like this, and you can see they're really soft. There's nothing hard at the end here. But these point shoes, there's a block in them that's actually made out of paper mache, and they're really hard. You can kind of hear that they're harder, so you can stand on the toe. And you don't.
Paula Terenzi helps her students develop craft by discussing proper use of materials on competition day.
I want you to make sure your costumes are neat and clean. I want you to make sure that you have extra tights. Make sure your shoes are clean. Make sure you're there on time. How long before do you have to be there? An hour. 1 hour before.
Regarding developing craft through the use of techniques, the City Dance children are taught to tendu through instruction, demonstration, and the use of dance vocabulary.
What are they telling you to do? Cleanliness. Close. Very close. Exactly. To stretch. And that is because when we do tendu, our leg and our foot is so stretched that you could lift it off the floor.
Regarding technique, Paula Terenzi teaches her dancers to point their toes while jumping through use of demonstration, practice, and individualized attention.
All you do is jump like that in the air, but nobody points their toes when they're in the air. Point. Your toes have to go down to the floor. Do it again. Down to, yeah, go like this. That's a beautiful point, but you don't do that when you jump.
By using the technique practice, the City Dance children learn to spot, which will be helpful when they learn to turn.
Now keep staring. Body moves to the right. Keep staring. And now your head goes to the right. Body goes upstage to the back. And now head goes upstage. Good. Now head over to Miss Lindsay. And now body over to Miss Lindsay. And now head faces the mirror. Good. And body over.
The second studio habit of mind is express, learning to convey ideas, emotion, and meaning through movement. Regarding the use of expression to convey emotion, Elissa, a Paula Terenzi competition team dancer, describes her use of facial expressions.
If you're doing a sad dance, how would you show that you're doing a sad dance?
Well, we have these things called facial expressions, and we use those throughout dancing, and that's how we show that we're either upset or excited.
In the following dance, the North Indian dance group Garba expresses the emotion of joy. Members of Garba describe the mechanisms they use to express joy.
It's like you're supposed to shake your head while you're dancing. So
Okay.
like, you're constantly shaking your head. You're supposed to have like a huge smile, and like the music is really upbeat too.
That's a lot of layers.
How you should lift your knees, like that shows like energy too, takes energy.
Yeah.
And like my friends always make fun of me because like when I'm doing it, I always say my face gets really into it and I like sing a lot. I sing all the words, so I guess that's how I show energy too.
Great.
The Palaturense dancers use expression to convey the emotion of fear. Regarding the use of expression to convey ideas, Shira, a member of the Tufts dance ensemble Spirit of Color, discusses the idea behind one of her favorite dances.
I think it was just about using dance to let out any frustrations you've had, and I guess letting the physical aspect express the emotional. There were a lot of movements that were very much about just like letting everything go and like throwing yourself and your whole body into it.
Very complex ideas can be communicated through dance. Paula Terenzi describes a particular dance in which her dancers express the idea of safety and protection.
We did a routine one time called Calling All Angels, and there was one girl that was a girl in that you were asking everyone for the angels to follow her and protect her.
Oh, wow.
So the girl had to be oblivious to what was going on around her because the angels she couldn't see.
Yeah.
So she had to learn how to dance without thinking that the angels were around her, but had to feel the angels around her.
Regarding the use of expression to convey meaning, Greg Coles, a dance teacher at Tufts, describes how African dance is a form of communication.
I think African dance is or at least one of the most complete ways to use dance as pantomime, so that the moves themselves give the dancer the feeling of what the move is trying to portray. So you are in character while you're doing African dance. In Africa, but I'm just saying that the dances are so incredibly articulate that there isn't the need for words when people are dancing and trying to bring forward these stories. Cultural stories, milestones, major milestones in the life of a young person, or a family, how families are made, how communities are set, the work activities.
Students of Greg Cole's West African Dances of Community class convey meaning through the harvest dance kuku. The Palaturense competition team dancers express meaning through their movements as they perform a Wizard of Oz dance. Third studio habit of mind is stretch and explore, learning to take risks to reach beyond one's dancing capabilities. Kelsey, a member of the Tufts dance ensemble Saraband, conveys the value of pushing her limits of expertise.
It's been and continues to be an exploration process, and so you just you don't know your limits.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean there's always more potential to jump higher or do more turns.
Kelsey describes the importance of dance educators in the process of stretching and exploring.
Art forms for children, it's a place where you can explore your boundaries and test your boundaries, and so to have someone there to support you, whether you're dancing or doing a sport or any other type of activity, is really meaningful and can carry through the rest of your life.
Here is a recent performance by Kelsey's dance troupe Saraband. Regarding the studio habit of mind, stretch and explore, the girls were pushed to do more turns and learn a new leap in this dance. Coles states that dancers can only attempt to stretch and explore once they have mastered basic technique. Greg believes that stretching and exploring involve experiencing a movement, then responding to that sentiment.
On top of the technique, they could put some self-expression.
Okay.
But that's only after they stop chasing the technique.
Okay.
You know, they run it down, get the technique, get it into the body, live it, and then instead of learning, they're on the experiencing curve.
Okay.
And once they experience, they can respond to their body being able to do that move. Let's say it's a very powerful move, then it can actually feel powerful.
Yeah.
Dancers learn to stretch and explore in non-physical ways as well. Ariana from the Paula Terenzi Dance Complex was pushed to grow emotionally and mentally after suffering a dance-related injury.
I have a broken arm. It didn't stop me by dancing. I just kept going because I just sat and danced and I watched.
Yeah?
Regarding stretching and exploring, children in the City Dance program are pushed to memorize short combinations from one viewing. The ability to quickly learn choreography is essential in competitive dance programs. Children are only given one chance to perform the combination. This comes off as very strict, yet has been shown to help them stretch and explore mentally.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
The senior company at the Paula Terenzi Dance Complex originally had trouble mastering the following sequence of moves. It was difficult to move so fast while staying in sync with each other. By practicing the sequence repeatedly, focusing on the counts, and holding each team member responsible, they eventually aced the moves and added them to their repertoire. Use of the studio habit of mind, stretching and exploring, was necessary in order to achieve their success. By harnessing natural talent and shaping it through curriculum that utilizes the 8 studio habits of mind, including the 3 discussed today, develop craft, express, and stretch and explore, dance educators hope to guide their young dancers from here to here.
Reach out my